Good morning. Well, I've been in Thailand almost 6 years and the beggars have finally got me. I got well and truly nobbled yesterday morning. I'm just walking, oh dear, I'm just falling down a hole. I'm just walking up to the top end of my road where it joins the bypass, where yesterday we had a bit of a coming together. I'm sure there's a few people who watch this channel who are familiar with Retire Cheap JC and Retire Cheap Asia YouTube channels. It's where I got a lot of my information about living in Thailand before I actually moved here. Anyway, he has one quote which has always stuck in my mind, which goes, "In Thailand there are no rules, only merely suggestions." And in some cases that's actually a good thing, and in other cases it's the opposite. Anyway, yesterday I was proceeding in a easterly direction along this road, and the big road in front of us is the bypass. So I was actually going up to the supermarket to get something for my lunch and a couple of things for Angie. When I get to about here on the bike, I knock it down into first gear, and when I get about to this point, I take a look over there to see what's coming down the bypass and will I have to stop to come out the end of the road. A couple of months ago that would have been impossible because this area was overgrown, sort of like that, but they chopped it all back and it's a lot better now. Anyway, I'd looked over there and as it is at the moment, absolutely nothing coming. So I turn my gaze forwards to find about 3 feet in front of me a guy on, I think it was a Honda Wave, an oldish Thai guy, probably about my age, who had come round this corner on the wrong side of the road. Just bear with me a minute. Basically he come down towards me on what we call in UK the hard shoulder. I'm not sure what you would call it in America. And if I go back to where I was, you can see that due to the trees here and the sign, I can see absolutely nothing around that corner. So the guy had just appeared like an apparition in front of me, and we came together, I think front wheel to front wheel, and he glanced off me to the side. I was probably going about 5 kilometers an hour. I was in first gear slipping the clutch, and he was probably going 10 or maybe 15. Anyway, the impact wasn't enough to cause me to come off the bike, neither was it enough to cause him to end up on the floor. There's no damage to either bike, and at the time I didn't feel there was a lot of damage to me. I had some pain in my left hand where I'd pulled the clutch lever in abruptly and crushed 2 of my fingers. But I didn't think too much of it. And I asked the guy in Thai on 2 occasions, was he okay? Didn't get any response other than him rubbing his left wrist. So I eventually departed the scene thinking, well, that's the end of that. And I've had no contact from him since, so thankfully he's not going to try and pull a fast one and get some money out of me saying it was my fault, which obviously it wasn't. I went up to the supermarket, came back and had my lunch, and then my hand really started to hurt. I'll show you my hand, get this in the right place. My little finger is bent over due to, the medical term is Dupuytren's contracture. And it's otherwise known as, I think, Viking finger, because apparently it's something that affected the Vikings in days of yore. I'm being from Yorkshire. I've probably got some Viking blood in me. I think most of us have from that area. Anyway, the net result is my little finger and my ring finger, which got squashed beneath the clutch lever, are rather painful, as is my thumb. I have problems, arthritic problems in both my thumbs that I used to get steroid injections for when I was in the UK. That lasted about a year. I think most of the cartilage is worn away between the base of my thumb and the palm of my hand. So anyhow, that's sore at the moment. And I didn't realise at the time, you may notice I'm speaking a bit funny, or funnier than usual. I must have bit my tongue as well at the side, which makes eating no fun. That's a bit better today than it was yesterday. And also I think I gave my thigh a bit of a belt as well. I probably got pushed forward into the tank. But nobody died. Nobody's going to die. The purpose of this video really is a cautionary tale, a bit of education. If you live in Thailand, or coming to live in Thailand, junctions like these, of which there are very, very many, in fact, most junctions in Thailand seem to be pretty blind. It's either foliage or buildings that are blocking your view. You need to be very careful. If I just go up to the top again, the major cause of the problem of people here. Unbelievable, isn't it? Guy's almost come on cue for me, hasn't he? I don't normally see cars doing that, but bikes, yes. So getting back to where I was, the major cause of the problem, which that guy has just demonstrated very well. If you want to turn right out of this road, you have to go all the way up to the traffic lights there, do a U-turn, and come back down the road that way. We're going left to right on the screen, and you wanted to turn right down this road, you would have to go about 1 kilometre down the road to find a U-turn. Okay, this is demonstrating what the other thing people do to avoid having to go all the way down there. Obviously a car's not going to do that, but the small bikes and scooters do that an awful lot. To move away from the road, it's too noisy. So if you're on a bike or scooter especially, and even in a car for that matter, when you're coming out of blind corners, be prepared for people to be travelling on the wrong side of the road. I always am, but even that didn't help because absolutely nothing I could do there. As I said, as soon as I started looking straight forward, the guy was about 3 foot in front of me, so a collision was obviously going to happen. Okay, that is the end of today's public information film. I shall be taking it easy today because gripping anything with my left hand isn't going to happen, and various other parts of my body, including my tongue, are still sore. So please if you can you give this video a thumbs up, which will prompt the YouTube algorithm to spread this video far and wide on their platform. And if you'd like to find out more about the sights of northern Thailand and what it's like living here, please consider subscribing. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and hopefully, unless somebody does something even more nasty to me, I'll see you in the next one.